Hi there, folks. What we have here is a, let's call it Pulaco air pump for a aquarium. And for whatever reason, it is not working right now. It's putting a very little to no air, and it kind of just stopped working overnight. It was working fine, and then one day there was no bubbles, and I don't know what the heck the problem is. Now, the back of this thing, I've got a little piece of felt on there. That's unrelated to this, but you can see this little felt here. One assumes that that is an air filter. Now, in order to test this, the first thing I'm going to really do here, frankly, is I'm just going to pull this air filter out, and we're going to see if that increases the airflow to a point that it works. And if that does, then, well, that's telling us something. But if it doesn't, my prediction is that we're going to have to crack this thing open and see what all's happening. Alright, I plugged this thing in, and it's just got an on and off, basically. You plug it in and it's on, you unplug it and it's off. And even with the air filter off here, there's very little difference in flow. Like, I honestly can't even feel it against my finger. The only way I can really feel it is holding it up to my eyes or lips or something, and then you can kind of feel a little touch of air coming out of this. There's clearly something going on inside of this. So I'm going to unplug it, and we're going to take this thing apart and see what the insides look like.
I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything.
And there is our motor. Now, I don't know exactly how all this stuff works, to be very honest with you. I'll probably end up having to look it up. But this is some sort of transformer. This must be an electromagnet. And then this is a bellows. So what's going to happen is, as this thing probably cycles through current, it's going to make a magnetic charge that's going to pull this bellows, and that bellows is supposed to pump air through here. Let's just plug it in the way it sits and see what it looks like. Okay, unplugged. So let's see, my assumption, I wonder if I can change the tension on this bolt and maybe get a little more action out of this. Or maybe this bellows is just slipped off of its base. I tell you what, team, I'm going to take this thing all the way apart, and I wonder if it'll just slip out of there. I would like to just take that screw out right there and get this whole mechanism out. That would be ideal. Okay, here we go. See if that works. Oh yeah, that's right. Perfect. Now then, what we have here is the entire little mechanism out of that pump. And what I can do is I can play with this a little bit and see what I can do to make a little more air come out of there. There's got to be a problem with this bellows mechanism. It feels like it stops too soon. I bet you there's a tension issue, and we could make this thing really crank. So let me play around with it for a little while, and then we'll come back once I figure something out.
Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright.
Now, look at that. That was just sitting in there. And if you look, there's a little flapper right there. So what you will oftentimes see in this sort of circumstance, Can you make out the little flap? Is that will be made to close off airflow under certain circumstances. And I'd be willing to bet there's one on the other side as well. And then allow flow under other circumstances. So I wonder if one of those is out of place. And I wonder what the heck this is, because this doesn't make any sense. I don't know where that would have come from or what it would be doing inside of here. Maybe it... Oh, okay. I bet it fits against that in there somehow. And it was not in there. Okay? So I wonder if perhaps this is our problem. I wonder if this is supposed to fit in there like that. And that is supposed to make the bellows work more effectively. And I don't know how to answer that question. But we're going to play with it and find out. All right. I can blow through this, and air is going in there and coming out here. And when I suck air into it, it's coming in from here. So I do wonder if that's our problem right there. I bet you this is supposed to hold this flap down to make this thing operational. So let's put it back together and just plug it in and see if it behaves in any effective manner. So we'll put our bellows on. It works again.
Take my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. Some days I feel skinnier.
Okay, very gently tensioning the screw until I'm satisfied with how tight it is. Putting a screw like that in plastic, boy, you can strip it out just instantly. Alright, let's plug it back in and see what happens.
My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright.
Oh, I can feel the air now. Alright? Without any question, I can feel the air blowing out of there. I wonder if that's going to have fixed our problem. I'm going to put the rest of this together because messing with a transformer it's got electricity flowing through it is not ideal. So I'm going to reassemble this whole thing and go plug it in and see if that makes a difference. Alright, we have rewired in, or plumbed I should say, my air line to our stone in the back. I'm going to go plug in the pump and we're going to see what happens. Ooh, there we go. There's the problem. So there we go. A little bit of engineering know-how, a little bit of an understanding of how things work goes a long way. And to be very frank with you, a Phillips head screwdriver or two, all right, has saved me another $15 or $20 worth of time and effort. And I can probably go back into that pump and fix it in a way that it'll never break again too, because from what I can see, it was probably assembled in a manner that's pretty cheap. It wasn't the most expensive pump ever produced. So with that in mind, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've shown you how to fix an electromagnetic bellows-based air pump for an aquarium. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.